All right, Yahoo Fantasy Baseball 2010 Tucson Toros Group, Week 7. We're going to take a look at Derek Lowe equals Cheater taking on Lucky. This one straight up came down to Derek Lowe equals Cheater taking the win 6-3-1. Cheater now improves to 24, 41, and 5 on the season, and Lucky is now 26, 39, and 5. For Derek Lowe equals Cheater, this was the first victory of the season for that team. Congratulations. Lucky has now lost 6 of 7 to open the season and has lost 2 of 3 all-time to Derek Lowe equals Cheater. So Lucky struggles against that team. Cheater had season highs in runs, homers, average, ERA, and WHIP. Absolute best ERA and WHIP for the season by far for Cheater. Cheater has also had double-digit homers 4 straight weeks. So one can only imagine what that team would be doing if the lineup was getting set every week, because the homers are just coming by the bunches for that team. For Lucky, though, season highs in runs and RBI, season lows in wins. Also had the worst ERA and WHIP of the year, so picked a bad time to post the worst ERA and WHIP scores while Cheater was posting the best of the season. Offense was a 2-2-1 split between the two teams. It was extremely close, though. Tie in runs, it was 35-31 in RBIs in favor of Lucky, and in the average category, it was 299-297 in favor of Cheater. So very tight battle there. In pitching, Cheater was 4-1 in a cakewalk. Lost saves 4-0. But switching back to the pitching, to the offense. Cheater got 3 homers from 3 players, 3+ homers from 3 players. Mike Napoli and Corey Hart each hit 4 homers. Using just 9 of the 10 slots for starters, all players got at least a run, and 6 players got at least 3 RBIs. So just great stats there by Cheater. All players hit above 200. 5 of them hit over 300. That's fantastic. Lucky lost Asdrubal Cabrera this week. That's going to hurt the team not only for Week 7 but going forward. Dan Uggla was the bright spot for Lucky, 3 homers, but unfortunately averaged just 240 on the week. 5 players had a stolen base, though. 8 players with 3 runs or more, and 5 players hit 4+ RBIs. Fortunately, though, James Loney, one of the top players for Lucky's team, hit just 182 on the week in a very close battle in the average category. Hitting 182 was probably the difference in that point. In pitching, Cheater picked up no ERA above 3.75 for any of the pitchers on the staff. That's fantastic. Fewer innings due to lack of roster movements, but the middle relievers in the lineup too also hurt the total innings pitched, but that can bounce back in your favor if those players play well. The ERA and the WHIP stay low, and that's exactly what happened for Cheater. 3 pitchers had a 0 ERA for the week. Lucky, though, just 1 pitcher with an ERA under 4.5. That was Chad Qualls. Picked up 3 saves and a 0 ERA, but the rest of the staff was terrible for Lucky. Jonathan Papelbon had an ERA of 21.6. Jabba Chamberlain had an ERA of 10.13. CC Sabathia and AJ Burnett did not win this week. 2 unused slots still. There's a DL slot and an NA slot, or a DL player and an NA player still sitting in starting slots for Lucky's pitching staff. Fewer innings and bad pitching equals a disastrous result. Looking forward, Derek Lowe equals Cheater. Still last place in the standings, but only 2 games out of 12th now. Remember, 12th is the cutoff for the consolation playoffs, so you got to get in the top 12 to see postseason action. Taking on Waveland and Sheffield. Waveland's sitting 5th in the standings. Going to be a tough matchup for Cheater. Lucky's 13th in the standings, however, tied for that 12th spot, that 12th and final spot. So still very much in touch with postseason play opportunities. Taking on AZ Padres next week. Should be an interesting matchup, as Lucky's trying to get back into the dogfight in the middle of the pack. AZ Padres just trying to maintain his spot right now and kind of gain an identity and maybe make some moves later in the season. So it'll be interesting to see how things shake out as we head into Week 8 in the Tucson Toros group.